Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bunny Says. I'd like to welcome you to another edition of Minecraft. Today, I think I'll be digging up the side of the mountain outside here. Oop, what just happened there? Oh, okay, a minute. Okay. I was trying to open this up. Okay. I do want to check out, keeps auto jumping on me. Okay. Get rid of some coal. What am I doing here? Okay, that's fine. Hold on, just reorganizing here. I remember I'm running out of this place. Last time, oh yeah, I need iron, you know that? Yeah. Yeah, I need some more iron. Because that is not going to do it, cut it. And then make some more railroads. Nope, nope, give me that back. Unfortunately, it's a little cold here. My fingers are slipping a little bit. Okay, let me put this here. I put my excess. There it is. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna cook up a couple of these. Okay, some extra iron there, but it's still not really as much as I think I'll need. Okay, that looks good. Some flowers. I wanted to. Here we go. And an egg. Okay, that was a lot of opening boxes there because I couldn't remember exactly where the sticks were. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. It's a little sniffly in here, a little cold. My hands have been getting cold recently. Yeah, he's right. The tents actually look pretty good there. Yeah, I do like that. That actually looks pretty good. I don't know about the orange dot though. Just doesn't. Yeah. At some point, I'll change the orange dot and put something. You know what I do want to do is put up some flowers just along the ground here. That's actually, I'll do that right now. Let's grab just some flowers and just to make it look pretty. That's all. Yep, some of these, some of those, maybe more of those. a couple of sunflowers. I don't know. I'll see. Let's take a look. Okay. Oh, I got the sunflowers there. Alright, that looks good. Let's throw up some random. Okay, let's get rid of this egg. There. Okay. Some random. Something like that. Okay, and okay, let's do this. Maybe nice little flower like that. There's some random flowers, a couple of random flowers there. They look like they're growing just randomly. Maybe a few flowers along here. They look pretty. A couple of orange. And something yellow, something white. And something red. A couple of... Oh, okay, this one missing here. Oh, that's what it was. I was like, hey. Okay, yeah, I don't want two reds like that. I want to... Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that looks nice. And maybe something... You want here? Maybe that there. Let's throw up one there. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, there, okay, like that. That's all. Now, actually, I'll change that to... Nope, the pink one. No, what is going on here? Okay, there it goes. My mouse wheel is being finicky. So, there we go. Just like on, supposed to be a nice garden area. It'd be cool if you could put up a little border line. Or something, you know, there was one thing in like The Sims, it was, you could do a quarter, like a triangle, a half square. So you could have tiles that were like half squares, and so you could make sort of different patterns, you know, you could leave like dirt here in the corners of this and make a sort of rounded thing going like that. So you put like a flower there, a flower in the corner, and then have tiles, particular type of stone tiles or something going up here. Okay. Let's throw in a nice flower here or there, just to look pretty. Okay. I rather like the orange. Looks nice. Okay, how are the sheep? Is there another sheep over there? No, okay. I just wanted to make sure the sheep aren't getting all over the place. Okay, there we go. Come in here, there's some nice flowering going on, see? Looks sort of nice. Maybe I'll put up an orange one there. Yeah, put it over there. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Now let's put them all back. What else do I have in here? Okay. Speaking of The Sims, I'll be putting up a Sims Let's Play. It'll be Sims 3. Oh, I never put up any of the blue. Let me look at the blue for a minute before I go. See if I can throw up a blue. I really like these little blue plants. They're sort of nice. Yeah, right there. One up there. No, okay. A couple of them here. I'll stick one up there though. No, that looks a little weird. Yeah. I got plenty of blue going on over there. I don't need any more. What about up here? Yeah. Okay, that's it. Just a couple of blue down there, and that's it. Time to go to sleep. But as I was saying, at some point I'll be playing The Sims 3. Now, I went and looked at Antarctic Oasis, recommended it, and I thought, okay, sounds good. Now, I went and looked up the Sims 4, and I didn't know if you could buy The Sims 4 on Steam. I was just checking it out to see if there was any sales or anything, you know. I regularly check them out. If you ever do get a chance, go to isthereanydeal.com, and you could type in the name of a game, and it will show you the past history of the game, the price of the game at its lowest point ever, and where it was sold. You know, like it might say, you know, Humble Bundle or Steam or something, and it'll show the lowest price they ever sold it for. So if you ever get to those sales and you're wondering, you know, should I pick this up? Will they ever sell it again at a lower price or what, and stuff like that? You could check it out there and see exactly how much they've sold it for. And you could, the good thing is what I use it for is to check out prices for, like, if there's multiple sales going on, you can sort of see which, at a glance, you'll see all the stores and what they're currently selling the game for, and what they've, at the lowest price they've ever sold it. So you can look at, so if you look and see, like, I don't know, XCOM 2 or something, you look and go, okay, it'll show, you know, a list of all the big places. Humble Bundle and GOG and Green Man Gaming and all those places. It'll show their current price, and you can see the prices. Say there's like a sale going on. Say there's a Christmas thing going on, you know, and everybody's selling Christmas stuff. You can see the price for all the, you know, for all those places, and see who's selling it the cheapest. Now you have to be careful. And you have to use your judgment on what you think might be appropriate for what do you think might be an appropriate store. Now that's up to you. You know, I've used a few of them. These tend to be good places. You have to watch out for the little fine print that sometimes say stuff like code is only good in these countries or something like that. A few places do that, not too often. I find that I tend to stick to the sort of main big places. But you could use it to sort of compare prices, you know, basically. And it's great. I mean, at a glance, you could see what's going on. You know what? I think some of this wheat. Yeah. And you could sort of see the historical low. It'll show you, you know, so you can sort of quickly see, is this price comparable to, now you have to be careful because sometimes, before, I know Steam originally they had the flash sales. In the last couple of years they haven't had them. They would have those flash sales that were like suddenly 90% off, you know, like this one particular game. You can get a crazy deal on it. So sometimes you'll see the historical low, and it'll be from that sale or whatever, you know. And you're not going to see that price again for any time soon, you know. So you know, you have to judge, like, okay, if you see, like, the historical low for, 8 out of the 10 stores, let's say there's a game for $10, and the historical low is $7.50, but you could see that the, 8 out of the 10 stores are selling it for, $9.99. You can say, well, it's probably going to stay. Yeah, that might have been a flash sale or something, and then it's probably going to be selling for $9.99, pretty or around there, generally around there, for pretty much for now on, that type of thing. So it's good to have it's good to have it at a glance, and you try to make your best judgment, But it's helpful. I think it's extremely helpful. And you can, if you want to import wait lists, wish list from Steam or wherever, and it'll send you emails anytime that a game on your wish list that hits a historical low or something, or hits or at any point, any price you specify, or lower, So if you're waiting for that one game to hit $15 or something like that, or $7.50 or $10 or whatever, you can put, for that game, $10, and then you just get it's a flat out email that just says, so and so is on sale for so and so price. You just click on it, and that's it, and it takes you to it. Now, as disclosure, just face it, I'm not affiliated with anybody. I don't have enough subscribers to be affiliated with anybody. So, but I'm just, so you know that I'm not paid by any of these companies or anything like that. It's something I use personally, and I think it's good to. So I keep track of basically cheap games, Pick up games when they're really cheap and stuff. And I tend to wait for the big sales and pick them up then. So, take a look if it's something, that might be helpful to you. Take a look at it. But anyway, the point was that I was looking at the prices for the Sims 4. I was trying to see what the historical low was and all that type of thing, and I was checking it out, and you can't buy it on Steam. Now, I picked up Sims 3 on Steam. You have to get an Origin, and I'm not installing Origin, so what my point is that I'll be playing Sims 3, not Sims 4. I don't like EA. I don't like their business practices. In general, I don't like their games. They tend to have online type of stuff that they're trying to continuously get you to, to sort of, it's like hit you with all kinds of microtransactions and stuff like that. And they tend to be sort of multiplayer online type of games. And they continuously shove that idea down people's throats, saying that, oh, that's the future, that's it, like their statement that, they continuously state every 2 or 3 years that single player gaming is dead. And they constantly say that, and yet, in the Game Awards and all kinds of things, all kinds of places, and just on sales alone, you can see that single player gaming is not dead at all. It's just that it's dead to EA, because EA wants to make a ton of money, and they're going to, only sell games that they think they could rip people off in, So it's dead to them, basically, because they're not about to waste time with a single player game when they could get all kinds of microtransactions and stuff like that. One of the more egregious things I saw was, it's funny, I was just watching a Jim Sterling video, and he was talking about the top 10 worst DLC. I mean, the top 10 worst types of microtransactions. It was, and then one of them was, a couple of them were from The Sims 4. You know, it just reminded me because I just happened to be looking it up, you know, and well, I was looking up to look it up to see if I was going to play it, and because AO recommended it to me and recommended that I try doing it and stuff, and I thought, okay, you know, and I remember it was the it was the one of them was the DLC on top of DLC, which was they're selling DLC for the DLC. Which sort of I remember when that first happened, and I first saw it, which was it wasn't even that long ago. It was like a month ago or something. That I was sort of stunned by it. And how does that work? If you don't know what I'm talking about, EA was selling a DLC that you could only use if you purchased a previous DLC. So it was a DLC for the DLC, basically. And that sort of stunned me. I remember looking at it going, what, really? That can't be right. And yeah, it was right. I remember looking at it and it was like, it was right. And I was sort of surprised that I thought, I was like, wow. But I already have the Sims 3. I bought it for like, I think $3.99 during a sale. And so that's it. I mean, and the only reason I bought it is because I could get it through Steam. Not that I think Steam is all that awesome or anything, but it's just that seems to be my platform of choice for right now. Well, you don't really have too much choice, to be honest with you. I tend to try to buy stuff on GOG to anything I can. I've been trying to like move my library over to GOG really. Because Steam isn't all that. Steam is, well, it's actually pretty bad. The sort of garbage it puts up sometime on Steam, so it's incredible. And they've just gotten worse and worse and worse with it. But, I mean, at least if I could pick it up on Steam, at least I didn't have to buy it. I didn't have to use the Origin thing, the Origin plat thing from EA. I didn't have to sign up for Origin. And, oh, he died, okay. Shooting these zombies here. God's sake, stop moving around. Okay. Oh, there he is. Got him. But yeah, I mean, I don't plan on using that, you know. I don't want to. I don't think I picked up a game from Origin, other than Sims 3. I haven't picked up a game from Origin in I can't think of the amount of years that I've just have not. Oh wow! I didn't realize this tree was blocking that tree from growing. But I have not picked up anything from EA in I don't know how long. The last thing I probably bought from them was a baseball game. I think back in like 2005 or something like that. Yeah, that was pretty much it for me. I didn't like them then, and they've gotten undeniably worse. Far, far worse, like ridiculously bad. And sort of the predations upon the consumer is just outrageous. And they just, they just don't seem to care, at all. All they seem to want is just, shove money in the pocket. And part of me still thinks that one of the problems I find I have is that there's no recourse for the consumer of a PC type of game. On a PC platform, you're on the PC. It's like you can't. The problem is you can't return a game. If you don't like it, you can't bring it back. So it's unbelievable. You can't. Yeah, I mean, you can't. If there's something wrong, you can't turn around and say, I want my money back. This isn't what I wanted. This isn't what I purchased. So, which makes it so that the people making it can do whatever they want, and once you got it, you're stuck with it. That's it, period. And that's pretty much their philosophy, their sort of ideal is to get you to buy it, pre-order it, buy it, get stuck with it, and be like, oh well, and then just not fix it, not do anything with it, not patch it. I mean, I sometimes wonder why these guys, reviewers know this. I know they must know this, that those companies allot a certain amount of money. How I know this? I used to work in the game industry. I worked for a company called Looking Glass. Now, they allot a certain amount of money to to fix games for patches and stuff like that. And once that money is used up, and that's part of their contract, publisher's contract. So the game places know this ahead of time. They're not innocent. They know, and I know they do. They sign the dotted line, and they're like, okay. When a publisher like EA comes up to a smaller game company and says, oh, we could get you this money and this money and this money and this much money, they're like, where do I sign? Where do we sign? And well, the thing is, the CEO is saying that the 90% of the people who aren't the CEO and the CFO and the COO in the main program, like the vice president of whatever, all those people don't like it. Because they know that people are going to hate it, and they don't like it themselves. They tend to be gamers, and they don't like it themselves. But the other people are businessmen. And, they're there to make as much profit as they possibly can and possibly sell off the company. And since they have stock in their place, they sell it off, and they make tons of money. They make millions of dollars, and they're out of there. While they, get whatever they can, make millions, and it's only those, say 5 to 10 people who are profiting from it. The other, say, 90 people who are working to support them get nothing. They don't get nothing, and they're still working there when, a company like EA takes over the company when it's sold to them, or their contractual, the owner, signs the agreement that says, yeah, you can do whatever. They're just working stiffs. They're just some guy or some woman who just is getting a salary, and they're stuck there when he comes along and says, we're going to do this and this and this and this and this, and shut your trap. That's what we're doing. And they don't have any say in it because they don't own the place. They don't own it. They don't. The only people who have any say in it are really the people who are the equivalent of people who own stock and stuff like that in it. They don't care, because the only people who do that are probably the programmers. Everyone else is just support personnel. basically the main business guys and the main high-level programmers are making money, and everyone else is just, they're working a job, they're getting paid a salary, and usually a pretty low salary, and those people don't count. So when EA comes along and, the only choice they have is to basically quit, shut up and quit, or go somewhere else, or try to stick around and try to stick it out and see if things will work out. And it never works out. Eventually it doesn't. It's only a matter of time before it changes, and it changes up, and they destroy the place, And that's a company like EA that they don't care. They're there to just squeeze money out of places and get it, and to move on to the next one. Just keep on making money, and to do whatever they can to basically throttle the consumer. I'll get rid of that for now. And often when they start making a lot of money, that's when you get the business guys who come in who have never even looked at a game in their lives, who've never played a game in their lives. And they're just hired because of their business acumen. Okay, let's go on and start. You know what? I'm going to start digging this. I'm going to start digging this mountain here, this wall. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. You know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do. That's unfortunate, but I'm not in any hurry to pick up games. I don't have to have a game the day it comes out. I don't have to have a game the year it comes out. So I have the option of sitting here and looking at something and saying to myself, do I want to pick this up? Do I, and I almost always wait. I'm never picking the games up at full price in the first place, so I tend not to. Almost never. So that sort of rules out a certain amount of games for me. And I was never into these games in the first place, but say like an online multiplayer shooter like Call of Duty or something like that, where everybody jumps into the game the first first month it's playing and go crazy, and they're all online doing whatever, and then they drift away, 3 months later or whatever, a couple months later, the multiplayer sort of gone bad or gone whatever. I just, and it's like you were better off having gotten the game, generally when it first comes out. Okay, yeah, it's getting dark. But, so that's sort of, I don't, it's like, you don't want to pick up a Call of Duty game like 2 years after it come out, And generally by then, actually, I could use it on my computer, like, that's when I could actually turn the game on high, and it looks nice and that type of thing. The 2-year-old, games are a couple years old or something, by the time I get to it, I've had enough equipment or whatever to run it. So, so a lot of companies like Call of Duty games and that type of thing, I rarely have interest in them. And yeah, let me get rid of this one square there. I'm gonna fill that up. You know what? Let me get some of the stone right now. But you know, I don't. So I tend not to pick those type of things up. And what bothers me is when there's like microtransactions and stuff like that in like a single player game, which now I actually have to start watching out for. Just sort of stunning to me. I mean, that's like just incredible to me. Never had to worry about anything type of thing like that before in a single player game. I mean, what's the point of it? Single player game, other than to basically throttle the consumer and just sort of try to force them to. The only thing you do really is make it grindy as hell. 3, okay. In order to force the consumer, force the person who buys it, playing it, they just get so frustrated at it that they'll put money into it, you know. Now, I'm not making fun of multiplayer gamers or something like that. I certainly have enjoyed multiplayer games a lot. As I said before, I was playing PUBG with my brother and stuff, and I have fun with it. I don't buy anything on it. I certainly don't. There's certainly very little to. There's just some cosmetics, some clothes. I couldn't care less about them, you know. As soon as you put on any of the armor and stuff like that in the game, which you almost always do. I mean, you literally have to in order to play the game. It covers any kind of clothes or anything like that you're wearing, so it's like the clothes and stuff like that is sort of useless. You know, if you have a awesome shirt, and immediately as soon as you get into the game, you're looking for an armored vest, which will cover your chest, and you know, I don't see the point of it really. I have no idea why people would ever pay for any of that crap. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there we go. I think I'm far enough into the mountain that we'll be hitting over to here. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Looks like about 4, I guess. Okay. All right, now I can start. Oop, that was my heat. Sorry about that. Now I can start building to the side, start digging out to the side, and all this type of thing. I'm not sure what I'm going to build. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. Yeah, I mean, I tend to play single player games by myself, and it bothers me that now I have to start watching out for microtransactions in single player games. It's sort of stunning to me. I actually have to actively watch out for them, you know, like to find out what kind of things are going on in a single player game. To make sure to see if it's something going on, you know. But again, like I said, I tend not to. I buy stuff from Ubisoft a little bit. I've bought I bought Far Cry 3, and I have Far Cry 3, and I have a couple of Assassin's Creed games. I have 3 and 4. And I had a good time with 3. I thought it was pretty good. Now I haven't been burnt out on it like many other people. I think that's the main problem. Is they're so used to the same thing over and over again. I just happened to luck out, and by the time I was late to the game, and by the time I started doing it, there was a sort of a change up, you know, like 4 has boats and stuff in it. The black flag, yeah, and I can't remember what was 3. 3 was the 3 was like the Revolutionary War, American Revolutionary War. It takes place in that time frame. But other than that, I used to play Ubisoft games back in the day. I would play the tactical shooters like Ghost Recon. Played Ghost Recon a lot, and the Rainbow Six games, the early Rainbow Six games, which were really good. They were good bargains, particularly if you picked them up on like a little bit after they come out. You could pick up something, you get a hold of like the old I'm talking about the original Ghost Recon game with a couple of its DLC for, you know, cheap money. You could pick it up and it was a good game at the time. And I certainly had fun playing those a lot. So, I mean, I do still buy their games a bit. I don't like using their Let's Play, their Ubisoft Play, whatever it is. But the old games that I did play never had any of that type of thing, you know. You didn't have to you didn't have to use their, whatever it is, their, you know, their service, or whatever it is. So it was, you know, oh, wow, that scared me for a minute there. I just dug straight down. So, you know, and honestly, the only Call of Duties I ever played were the first 2. For the awesome sort of single player campaigns they had. Do this here. Yeah, I remember liking the original Call of Duty game. The original Call of Duty game was like basically a single player game. It was a single player. That was the main game. That was the main purpose of the game, was to play the campaign. So, I don't buy anything back to Activision other than playing. I played WoW for a while. But I don't like how they gate everything off behind their Blizzard thing. Like if you want to play, what's the name, you have to sign into their, if you want to play like Diablo or something like that. I played the original Diablo and Diablo 2. If you want a good Diablo type of game, you could play Torchlight 2. That to me is like Diablo 2.5. You know, it's a really good Diablo clone. Extremely good. So let's see, I'm going to, you know, let me see, I want to dig one more over. I think I'm going to, yeah, I think I could dig a couple more over. Okay, I'm going to, oop, did I really run out already? Wow, okay. I just don't like it. I mean, the whole point of this was that I don't like EA's practices. I don't like the kind of company it's turned into. I mean, it was bad before, but it just got ridiculously worse. I make it a point to sort of stay out of its way. I don't think it caters to me as a gamer anymore. I don't think I'm the type of gamer that's looking for, and that it, yeah, that it is aiming for. You know, it seems to be aiming for the multiplayer only microtransaction sort of crowd, you know. And that's how they make all their money. I find that, I find nowadays that a lot of the AAA game companies just don't cater towards me anymore. Don't have, they're much less of an appeal than they used to. And I think they're looking for a specific type. I mean, they want games as a service. They want people to continuously come back, continuously spend money in their game. And in order for them to do that, it generally has to be online. That's where they get the most amount of money. They, single player games tend to just they don't. You could tend to ignore them generally, unless it's like a very horrific grind. Unless they purposely go out of their way to just make the game really bad. So they just don't appeal to me as a gamer anymore. Or they appeal less to me, far, far less. There might be an occasional game that I'll look at and go, maybe I'll pick that up when it's $10 or something. But so far I've stayed out of their way. And it's been years now, so I don't see why I would change my mind. They haven't done anything that's attracted me enough to change my mind. Let's see here. Okay, I need to start putting up torches. Oh wow, okay. Get out of bed real quick. And I think I'm going to call this game. A game. For me, this is sort of unusual because I'm recording this the night before I'll be putting it out. So I'll be literally putting this out tomorrow. I would generally build up 7 days sort of supply of Minecraft. So I had several episodes ahead of time ready. But I guess it's all that PUBG playing, I guess, maybe, to the point that I now have no back supply of Minecraft games. And this will be coming out literally the day after I record it. So, I'll continue my rant on in the next, my ramble on the next game. Because I want to keep playing a little bit and deal more. So, I'll talk to you then, and thank you for joining me. I hope I didn't offend anyone. It's just that is how I am as a consumer. I don't want to, I don't want to support that type of business practice. So, I go out of my way to stay away from it. So, I hope I didn't make anyone mad or anything like that. I don't mean to. That's just the way I've done it. That's just what I've decided. And I respect people who don't want to do that. That's fine. That's their choice too. I wouldn't say people are horrific or something like that because they want to buy an EA game. Like ruining the game industry. It's just different ideas. So anyway, I'm going to end the game here, and I'm going to continue on right after this. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you join me again. So this is Bunny Says, and I'll say goodbye for now.